Hello everyone, welcome back to Literary Criticism of Horace. We were discussing Horace's observations on poetry. We have seen that Horace's observations on poetry are divided into 6 heads. They are its nature, its function, its subject matter, its kinds, its language, nature, and art. We have discussed its nature and its function. Today, we are going to discuss its subject matter and its kinds. Let us see about the subject matter of poetry as prescribed by Horace. As Horace already said, poet is an imitator of life, one who imitates life and customs. The subject matter or theme of poetry should be derived from what? Derived from human life and customs. That is, the actions of human beings. So that is the suggestion of Horace about the subject matter or theme of poetry. The theme of poetry should be derived from human life and customs, the actions of human beings. Then he further elaborates like this. Further, he says that the subject of poem should be simple and uniform. Simple in what way? Simple means familiar to readers or audience, not something unknown, but it should be something familiar to the readers or audience. That is what Horace means by being simple. Then uniform. Poet should impart uniformity or wholeness to the subject selected for composition. There should be a uniformity. Not that some part of the poem is much elaborate than the other part. It should be uniform. The theme should be uniformly distributed. The poet must choose the theme according to his capacity. See, the poet will be having experiences of his own. So, the poet should choose the theme according to his experience, his capacity to deal with it, so that he could take the weight of the theme on his shoulders. Just imagine that a poet with very less experience is selecting a topic which is too much for him, which is beyond his experiences in life. In such case, he will not be able to take the weight of the theme on his shoulders. Then the poet should avoid irrelevant and purposeless subject for the composition of poetry. Irrelevant topics should not be topics that are not relevant, not useful, should not be selected. Topics without any purpose also should not be selected for the composition of poetry. What makes a poet a good one? The selection of better theme leads the poet and poetry towards perfection, getting success, and creates an image in the society. So you must understand that these suggestions are given by Horace according to the morality existed at that time. That is why he says that irrelevant themes should not be selected. purposeless subjects should not be selected. This is not a hard and fast rule, but these are the ideal conditions existed during that era. That is what you should understand. Then its kinds. Its kinds means types of poetry. Aristotle classified poetry according to its medium of imitation, object of imitation, and manner of imitation. That was the classification style of Aristotle. Horace distinguishes poetry based on its meter. Meter is the mold according to which a poetry is crafted. In Malayalam, we say vrittam. He agreed with old Greek practice that there is connection between meter and subject matter of poetry. So a particular theme is selected, and the meter should be suitable for that particular theme. So Greek poets believe that there is some connection between the meter chosen and the subject matter of the poetry. He talks about the following specific meters for the specific composition. Some of the meters that can be used for writing poetry is given here by Horace. For epic, if the poet is writing an epic, what meter can be used? Homer says that dactylic hexameter. The name will be unfamiliar to you. For writing epic, Homer used a meter called dactylic hexameter. A dactyl means one long syllable followed by two short syllables, as given here. This dash stands for long syllable, and this U-like symbol stands for short syllable. A dactyl means one long syllable and two short syllable. Hexa means 6 times in the line. See the box. Dash stands for long syllable. This symbol, U-like symbol, stands for short syllable. Dactyl means this. In dactylic hexameter, this unit is called feet. In dactylic hexameter, this feet occurs 6 times in a line. A dactylic hexameter line will have the following pattern. See, just imagine that this is a line. That line will be following this particular pattern. Long syllable to short syllable. Long syllable to short syllable. Long syllable to short syllable. Well, what happens when you read a poem aloud like this is that one long line, then short line, then two short line. One long line, two short line. Then we will have something like a rhythm. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. See, this is following a particular pattern, so we have a rhythm. A single unit is called feet, as I told you. In couplet means 2 lines. Eeradi in Malayalam. In couplet, first line is composed in dactylic hexameter and the second line in dactylic pentameter. So just imagine a couplet written in dactylic meter. The first line, there will be 6 feet. When we have 6 feet, it is called dactylic hexameter. When we have 5 feet, we call it dactylic pentameter, having 5 feet. Then for tragedy and comedy and satirical verse, iambic meter is used. Iambic meter. Iambic is iamb is another meter like dactyl. Iambic lines consists of 2 syllables, one short, the other long. Then for other forms like lyric or song, he advocated other metrical measures as per the need of the poets that can be decided by the poets according to their requirement. Horace followed Greek model and suggested the same in composition of poetry and other forms by showing respect for old Greek poetry. So he belonged to the background of Greek, and he had a respect for the Greek prescriptions. So in the next class, we will examine its language to the last one, nature and art. Thank you for listening.